My name is Tommy. I am the T in JST. Now, this series is a series where we dive into the past and we dig up some history. Well, obviously, that deals with the paranormal. So, grab your printing press, your powdered wig, and let's travel back to the mid 18th century to the tale of the Jersey Devil. Like I said, our tale begins in the mid 18th century. America has yet to achieve its independence. And I don't even know if breadsticks were a thing. Were they? Oh, well, no, sorry. The new world was still new. And in this new world, on a dark, stormy night in 1735, a woman was in labor. This woman was known as Mother Leeds. Now, it must be known Mother Leeds was pregnant with her 13th child. So, what in the world? I mean, I know there are people that have like multiple children, but man, there really was nothing to do back in the 1700s, huh? Anyways, I guess she was tired of having kids because it is said that she declared that her 13th child, and I quote according to legend, she said, "Let this child be a devil." Or let this one be a devil. Either way. Now, on this dark, stormy night, the months vary on when it was. But on this dark, stormy night in 1735, Mother Leeds gave birth to her 13th child. The baby was born normal. And eventually, it changed. Its head twisted and morphed into a goat's head. A forked tail shot from its back, and bat wings sprung from its back also. It growled and snarled, and with its forked tail, it beat everybody in the cabin or house, however you want to look at it, before it flew up the chimney and into the Pine Barrens. So that is the basis of the Jersey Devil. Now, prior to 1900s, or to the 1900s, the Jersey Devil was known as the Leeds Devil, or the Devil of Leeds, because the Leeds were a family who resided in an area within the Pine Barrens. In fact, I believe it was called Leeds Point, if I'm not mistaken. Some people speculate that Mother Leeds, who in the legend is named Jane, that the real Mother Leeds was named Deborah Leeds. The reason for it is because her and her husband, and I'm going to butcher this name because I don't know anybody who has this name. Japet. I'm pretty sure that's not how it's said. Anyways, her and her husband Japet listed 12 children on their will that was written up in 1736. Now that coincides kind of with the legend where she had 12 kids. 13th became the Jersey Devil, so there. I guess people were saying, well, they don't want to add the devil to the will, and that's just not right. No wonder he's mad at them. Now, there have been multiple alleged sightings of the Jersey Devil, and I have a list, and we're going to go over them, so bear with me. Now, legend has it that Commodore Stephen Decatur, while visiting Handover Mill to inspect some cannonballs that he was having forged there, saw a flying creature, and he shot a cannonball at it to no effect. Now, I don't know about you, but if you shot something with a cannonball, you would expect it to, at least disintegrate. or at least missed its pinky toe or something. I mean, come on. Anyways, this is all cringe. Anyways, so there's also claim that Joseph Bonaparte, and you might have heard that last name right, the eldest brother to one Napoleon Bonaparte, however you want to pronounce it, had seen the Jersey Devil at his estate in Bordentown in 1820. So now here comes the fun part, because this is the crazy one. Now, during the week of January 16th through the 23rd in 1909, newspapers reported hundreds of alleged sightings of the Jersey Devil. One report said that the Jersey Devil attacked a trolley car over at Haddon Heights. I probably mispronounced that. My bad. I'm Southern, so there you go. Blame it on that education. So, then, a social club in Camden, police in Camden and in Bristol, Pennsylvania, were said to have fired shots at the creature to no effect. Reports came in from Delaware and Maryland as well. In December of 1925 in Greenwich, a farmer claimed that he had, in fact, had shot and killed the creature. Yes, he shot and killed the Jersey Devil, and he had a photo of the corpse to prove it. According to him, he said that he showed it to 100 people, and none of them could tell him what that creature was. I bet it was alcohol involved in that, and some tall tales, because I want to see this photo. And guess what? Anyways, not to skew anything, but an unknown animal with red eyes was seen in Downingtown, Pennsylvania in 1937, and it was said to be the devil. So, I guess any creature with red eyes could be a devil. We just don't know. A group of boys in Gibbstown, New Jersey in 1951 said that they saw the devil. And in 1957, there were claims that a corpse matching the description of the Jersey Devil had been found. So, in 1960, there were claims that tracks and screams that were heard in Mays Landing were that of the Jersey Devil. Now, it must be noted that in 1909, the Philadelphia Zoo offered a reward for $10,000 for the capture of the beast, which led to people, staging hoax. There was actually one guy who took a kangaroo, of all things, and I guess duct taped wings and claws to it. Well, I guess the zoo wouldn't know what a kangaroo looked like. So, and also in that time period, schools were shut down due to sightings, the alleged sightings, and some people stayed home from work because of it, due to safety. So, yes, those are the sightings. Now, you're probably wondering, well, we've all heard about the sightings, and we've all heard about, Mother Leeds and the Jersey Devil. Well, now let's dive into some history, because here's some little fun factoids for you. So, according to Brian Regal, the tale of the Jersey Devil comes from a religio-political dispute between the Leeds and the community. Now, the Leeds were known loyalists to the British Crown, and of course that played a huge factor. That more likely played a huge factor into the tale of the Jersey Devil around the time of, the Revolution. So now the Leeds family also owned an almanac, kind of like Benjamin Franklin had his Poor Richard's almanac. So Daniel Leeds started up his almanac, and he was a Quaker, a religious man, and he was also a very pillar of society. Up until 1687, when Leeds decided to post astrological symbols and signs and use astrology in his almanac, which did not sit right with the Quakers. Some felt that it was way too pagan, and others thought it was blasphemous. So that didn't stop old Leeds. He continued doing what he was doing. That is until 1716, when Leeds passed on the almanac to his son, Titan. So he continued to use the symbols and the astrology and stuff like that. And then he caught the eye of one Benjamin Franklin. Now, at this time, it's getting, it's about 1733, and Benjamin Franklin has his very popular Poor Richard's Almanac. Well, Leeds, of course, is in competition with him. So, a little dispute, between two rivals, as it were. The rivalry intensified when in 1733, Ben, good old Benji, decided he was going to sarcastically put astrology in a way of predicting Titan Leeds' death. Now, Leeds did not find that funny, and he so much in his almanac declared Benjamin Franklin a fool and a liar, to which Benjamin Franklin said he was right that Leeds did die, and that it was a ghost now writing his almanac. So, wow, Ben didn't pull any punches on that one, did he? So, and also around this time, the Leeds were using their sigil, which was a wyvern, or a bat-winged dragon in a way, for people who don't really know what a wyvern is. And that's where the whole idea of the Jersey Devil comes from, is from really just a dispute between Benjamin Franklin and the fact that they were loyalists. And I'm pretty sure that the astrology and all that played a role in the whole legend as well. So there we have it. What do you think? Do you think that the Jersey Devil is real? Or, we got several sightings of it. So alleged sightings. Let's go from that. Or do you think that maybe it was all just made up to tarnish the reputation of a family? So, yeah, leave a comment down below. Tell us what you think. And if you like the content, hit the like button, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we also have a podcast, so check out our podcast. It's the Paranormal Minds of JST. We're on all podcast platforms. We also have a Patreon, so if you want to help us really continue to go do our investigations, subscribe. You also get access to unedited podcast and the video podcast where you actually get to see Josh and Shane's pretty faces. So I have to butter them up, so that's why I said pretty, but it's up to you to decide. And as always, tell us what you think.